Hello, everyone. I would like you to welcome to our next Fintech Garden weekly episode. And today we are going to discuss the news that happened through the week. And let's start with the first question. Before the session, we kind of take a look what is happening. And the big news, which is coming over the ocean, is in the United States, leading banks are trying to organize the platform, which is going to be serving as US dollar-backed stablecoin. So Dumitru, welcome to our episode. What do you think about this movement over the sea?
Yeah, hello, Igor. Yeah, this is absolutely great, very great initiative. It was expected, but the fact that this lead bank, the banks who are leading the US market are joining forces to build such kind of a stable coin, it's absolutely amazing. Linked to the news we had last week with Stripe and stablecoins. So everything seems the dynamic is very, very positive. Possibly we will have a very interesting raising of usage of cryptocurrencies, stable coins and not stable coins. I know that they proposed the so-called digital dollar, and this digital dollar aims to operate for existing transaction networks like Zelle or the clearinghouse. So it's linked with US Treasury. Basically, this move is a significant shift from the decentralized nature of traditional cryptocurrency, and it's more emphasizing institutional control and infrastructure. I think we are entering in a very interesting new year. It can be maybe the worst dream of a libertarian, but with stable coins, with US virtual dollar, I think we are entering a new year.
I see a pivot or a shift in the cryptocurrencies because nowadays no one is talking about integrating just the cryptocurrency. It's about integration stablecoin, which is backed by fiat. So in the longer term, we will see the big difference and the adoption, because maybe in a couple of years or 10 years, we will not think about the cryptocurrency as something which is not tied to the fiat, but something as a technology working with the fiat. So that may be the difference between previous years. Like all the meme coins will be in history, and we will see more digital currencies connected to the technology, which is a good move. Usually, I'm still puzzling myself with this question, and I'm asking to all the guests and participants to our fintech community and fintech garden podcast, what is the usage? Let's say I have an account at Wells Fargo, like I have a USDT, I have FX possibility. Am I going to use, like I have a USD account, and am I going to use USDT for, I don't know, buying the coffee is going to be connected to the card? Like what is the B2C or retail usage in this case?
Well, for most of users, it's logical to have this coins, stable coins, wherever, to have on their credit debit card. So I think the movement of the market will be towards, embracing credit card and debit card, Apple Pay, Google Pay, all these alternative payment methods. I have no understanding how it will work. I'm to be honest, I'm sharing the same thoughts with you as you because I think this is an early stage. So we have to be patient and to see what's happening. We have another example of China, where Chinese government is also developing this yuan, digital yuan, and they already start some testing on this field, and possibly they are using via WeChat. We will use it. We will make payments via WhatsApp. Who knows wherever, Facebook Messenger. But yeah, still this resonates with a lot of customer requests, like how I can use this like normal money. But this is mostly for us, for those who are working in fintech, for people who are not in financial world and fintech world. For them, it will be in one moment they will see in their wallets, Stripe wallets or I don't know, bank wallets, they will see an account that will be called USDT, and possibly will have some IBANs with USDT. They will just start to use it, and possibly it'll be a conversion, internal conversion. So possibly the banks will also make some money on this exchange rate fee, forex fee.
I'm always puzzled with this. In my head, I had only really one maybe use case which is useful for the customers. As a operational or as a business, you're not always able to open USD accounts, especially outside of the United States. You cannot open the account. And then actually USDT is the way, because you are kind of introducing another currency which you are allowed to work. And then it kind of holds USD in the United States, but you're operating as a second-hand market, which is allowing maybe faster settlement, cross-border payments without SEPA, and then you kind of hold USD in territories where, as operations where you're not allowed to do those. So maybe that's the case. Let's see how it will progress. But anyway, that's a year of stablecoin. On Stripe, they did the introduction and highlights that they finished the integration of the bridge. They introduced in stablecoins to Stripe. This week, great news that leading banks in the United States adopting stablecoin. Next week, Stablecoin is happening in New York. So states are leading with the stablecoins, I think, and there is a lot of appetite for that. So let's switch to the second topic. It's coming back maybe home to my favorite location, United Kingdom, and there are rumors that Monzo prepares the potential IPO. So how does it affect the market, you think?
Well, the market itself will not be affected. The market, the consumers market will not be affected so much. Seems like Monzo will straighten up the procedures. We need to pass through quite a big numbers of changes in the companies and preparations. But these rumors are not, there is no smoke without fire. And this is, I think this comes from something like, exists some signals of the market that Monzo are moving to potential IPO. They established basically an investor relations team. So this is first signal. Usually when someone is doing like this and a company is doing like this, means that they are preparing for IPO. I mean, preparing means they have a roadmap for IPO. They have taken a decision to go on IPO on C-level or board level, and they just move. It's just a matter of time when it will happen. They have appointed a new director of investor relations. They are like, I think that they potentially will have the IPO something, maybe in a year, like, or early months of 2026, or maybe April, May, June 2026.
I'm a big fan of numbers, so I will highlight where let me read the numbers that Monzo is having. Like for 2024, actually Monzo reported first annual profit. Just to make sure that everyone understands, before 2024, Monzo never were profitable, and it was constantly pushing next rounds, getting more money. It was backed by Y Combinator at some point. That's a really well-known United States VC, which is early investing into a lot of known names, and Monzo one of them, which shows a big trust from United States into the market that exists in United Kingdom. And actually, it's showed in 2024 a significant turnaround from 116 millions compared to the loss of the previous year. So they revenue doubled to 880 millions pounds, and driven by the growth in lending and saving products. So it's fair to say that having and retaining the full retail license, providing the saving accounts and possibility for the lendings is actually driving the growth. So neobanks, they jumping into the market, they competing against the customer with a nice UI, user experience, a lot of like digital functionalities that we see. But in the end of the day, everyone is competing with the financial products. And it seems that lending and saving helps a lot, even to the challenger banks, to become profitable. And another note from my side, maybe it's if they lead into the IPO, it shows that the macro, at least on the 1-2 years, seems to be good, because you are not planning if you see really big issues ahead. It means that VCs and the businesses like Monzo, they envision that the markets are improving, and there is a really good possibility for them to do the IPO and exit for the VCs. So it's a good sign for everyone, I think.
Yeah, but sure, with Monzo goes to IPO, it will provide a bigger trust for fintech, for neobanks, because still today exists a group of people who are not, they're not believers. They don't think, they don't believe in neobanking. They don't believe in this new type of banks like Revolut, Monzo, N26, and so on. They possibly have applications. They have, the accounts in these institutions, but they are using this only for some small payments, daily small payments. But Monzo IPO, it's absolutely a great sign. I think those who received some shares at the beginning of the Monzo internally as, I don't know, options, or like maybe they received some bonuses, they're like, it's great, ready for preparing their pocket, because it seems like Monzo will raise a good sum of money.
It's great. More startups in fintech coming. Like usually the life cycle of the team which we're participating that is spinning off another rounds of startups and potential projects that will lead the market. So let's see. It's a really good news. And the last one for today, and it's coming more from a financial side. So it's about SEPA. Banks are expected to lose millions in interest due to SEPA instance. Right now, there is a big push from regulator to actually push banks until the end of October this year to use the target instant payment settlements for the SEPA payments, which means that customers will be able to transfer their funds instantly. And as outcome of this movement is that banks will lose a lot of interest on overnight deposits. So, how do you think it will affect the market?
The market customers
Yeah.
will be super happy, but if some taxes or fees are cut from one side, it means that they'll appear on another side. I think banks are prepared for this. They sure have a strategy. By the way, our first news was about stablecoin or digital dollar and so on. So possibly, like in next 2 years or 3 years, banks in European Union will have another incoming source of incoming, like exchange rate from stablecoins to euro or local currency. I think currently the banks are having quite a big earnings and incomings from these fees. The same overnight, the same transaction fees, exchange rate fees. I honestly think that if this thing will be cutted, the thing that they will increase will be will appear some new phase in customers' loans, or I don't know, other kind of loans they will issue. So yeah.
I think it will affect different tiers. First of all, I'm thinking about the open banking because when you initialize in the payments through the open banking, actually it use what the bank use. It's potentially that the payment initiation with the open banking will use tips, which is great news. And I'm thinking from other side, like it's not something that money are moved away from the system. So if you're transferring from bank A to bank B, it doesn't mean that someone is losing the overnight interest. The overnight just moved from one institution to another one. It's really important to understand that the speed of the money movement is essential for the economy. Because if I'm paying, I don't know, on Saturday and someone is getting the payment and starting my order earlier, it's a beneficial. And that's a comparison between card networks because technically you can do the payment anytime. Okay, there is a question about the cash flow, which is fixed with the banking rails, but also it's important to have this facilitation to economy. So in the long run, my assumption that it will affect the good way the customers for sure, but also the banks because money are going to be moved faster. It means that there is a lot of new opportunities. It was an episode for today. In this case, please subscribe to our channel on YouTube. We started to do a lot of shorts, so it's not about just the episodes that we have biblically for the podcast. We also do in the weekly news. Subscribe to our channel to receive all this content, and we are recording and cutting small shorts that you can learn a lot of about the fintechs. So thank you for joining. Thank you for listening. And Dmitry, words to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Igor, for everything. I hope we'll see next week with another digest of news that will happen next week. Wish you all to have a very good weekend, and see you.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
it's essential to see the next episode because it's going to be after Money 2020. So a lot of news are coming. And as a FinTech Garden, we're going to record a lot of content there, interviews, discussions, maybe some panels. So looking forward to see you next Friday with the fresh news from Amsterdam.